Straight ahead on IU NewsNet Daily, the trial for Richard Allen, the man accused of the Delphi murders, is set to begin.
Homecoming kicks off this week with an abundance of events.
And former Indiana University basketball players file a class action lawsuit against IU.
All those stories and more.
IU NewsNet Daily starts right now. It's Thursday, October 17th. Welcome to IU NewsNet Daily. I'm Drew Stoltz.
And I'm Jack Bassett. Thank you for joining us.
The trial of Richard Allen, accused in the 2017 killings of Abigail Williams and Liberty German in Delphi, Indiana, is set to begin this week after the final jury selection concluded on Tuesday. 16 people, including 12 jurors and 4 alternates, were selected from Allen County in northeast Indiana and will be sworn in today before being sequestered for the trial. According to the Indianapolis Star, a surprising development emerged during jury selection when the defense revealed that a hair found in one of the victim's hands did not match Allen's. The panel will now travel to Carroll County, where they will be sequestered in a hotel for the duration of the trial, expected to run until November 15th. Opening statements are scheduled to begin this Friday.
A Bedford man is facing multiple battery charges after allegedly assaulting 2 women with a wheelchair and a 6-pack of beer. Bedford police arrested 66-year-old Donald Phillips after responding to a domestic disturbance at an apartment complex. According to authorities, Phillips approached 2 women with a wheelchair and a 6-pack of beer before striking them multiple times with the wheelchair, causing injuries to their ankles, legs, hips, and arms. Phillips was taken into custody and now faces charges of assault and resisting arrest.
Bloomington Mayor Carrie Thompson will host a traveling town hall this November, visiting various locations across the city to engage with different demographics of the community. On November 7th, Mayor Thompson will be at Sherwood Oaks Church from 5:30 to 7 p.m. to discuss various city projects and services. A second session running from 7 to 8:30 p.m. will focus on the Hispanic and Latinx community, with translators available to ensure accessibility and facilitate participation. These traveling town halls are part of the Thompson administration's broader initiative to make local government more accessible and responsive.
The city of Bloomington is seeking residents to fill several open positions on boards and commissions. More than 20 positions remain vacant. According to a statement from the mayor's office and the city clerk, openings include spots on the Board of Zoning Appeals, the Environmental Commission, the Commission on Sustainability, and more. City officials say these roles provide community members a direct opportunity to help shape the city's policies and initiatives. For details on the vacancies or to apply, visit bloomington.in.gov/onboardcommittees.
The Arnold Center for Investigative Journalism, located in IU Media School, is receiving a $100,000 grant thanks to a national group centered around supporting local news efforts. The center is one of 205 local news outlets nationwide awarded a share of $20 million from Press Forward, a movement focused on strengthening communities by revitalizing local news. Press Forward funds independent, nonpartisan news outlets that produce stories essential to inform the public and support democracy. Staff at the Arnold Center say the grant will be used to bolster its multimedia investigative reporting on issues that matter to Indiana residents.
IU is expanding its presence in the nation's capital with a $43 million property purchase in Washington, D.C. The Indiana University Foundation announced the purchase of an 8-story building in downtown D.C., located on the Johns Hopkins University campus. Plans for the buildings include classrooms, offices, and housing for up to 40 students. IU currently runs 3 programs in Washington, D.C. for both undergraduates and graduate students, bringing 40 to 45 students to the city each semester. Foundation officials say this acquisition will allow IU to establish a permanent D.C. campus within one building.
It's IU homecoming week, and there are plenty of events and festivities to celebrate, including, of course, a highly anticipated football game that will see the Hoosiers looking to remain undefeated.
IU NewsNet's Luke Arnema is in the studio with a preview of the Cream and Crimson tradition taking place in just hours. Luke, what's in store for this Hoosier homecoming?
Thanks, Jack and Drew. It's going to be an unforgettable IU homecoming with a packed lineup of events for everyone. The much-anticipated football game will see the undefeated Hoosiers take on Nebraska, along with fan-favorite traditions like homecoming parade and alumni tailgate. IU is unveiling a statue honoring John Mellencamp, and there will be a special performance from the recreated IU Color Guard. Whether you're there for the football, the festivities, or to see the new IU PD motorcycle in the parade, it's shaping up to be a homecoming weekend full of excitement. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Luke. IU's Neil Marshall Black Culture Center is joining in on the homecoming weekend fun with an event of its own, recognizing its 55th anniversary on campus. The celebration will include dinner, entertainment, and interactive experiences of reflection and storytelling. Tickets for the events are $20 for students and $30 for the public. The event will take place Saturday at 6 p.m. with a dress code of cocktail attire. Here's to 55 more years of our beloved Neil Marshall Black Culture Center.
A Bloomington college that isn't IU is getting recognition on the national scale. Ivy Tech Community College Bloomington has been named College of the Year by the National Association for Community College Entrepreneurship. Ivy Tech administrators accepted the award this week at the association's annual national conference. The award recognized Ivy Tech's direct collaboration between students and Bloomington-based businesses. The association staff commended Ivy Tech for encouraging students to pursue entrepreneurial ventures that impact not just the campus, but the wider community as well.
20 harmful invasive plant species have been discovered in Monroe County's Charles C. Dean Wilderness Preserve. For the past 2 years, Hoosier National Forest staff and volunteers have been tracking vegetation along the preserve's 36 miles of trails. The team mapped all 13,000 acres of the Dean Wilderness, pinpointing exact locations of the invasive species. These non-native plants pose a serious threat to the landscape, and experts warn they could cause irreversible damage if left unchecked. Indiana University's professors and students are now joining the effort to remove them, with the cleanup project expected to run until 2025.
Election season is officially here as the early voting began in Bloomington on October 8th. The voting is taking place at the Election Operations Building for the remaining weeks up to the election, on Mondays through Thursdays. Because not everyone can make it to the polls on Election Day, the early voting provides an opportunity for those voters to get their ballots in. Joe Davis, a write-in candidate for county council, sees the benefit of voting before the actual election day.
In general, it just creates more of an opportunity for a representative democracy to truly represent the people.
Bloomington residents will have nearly 10 hours each polling day to get down to the Election Operations Building to cast their ballot.
Now we move on to sports, where reporter Emma Meredith has a few updates for us. It's all you, Emma.
Hey, thanks, Drew. A huge week for Indiana University athletics as we head into our sold-out noon kickoff this Saturday against the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who hold a 5-1 record. The odds are looking good for Hoosiers as we currently stand 6-0, but fans say this could be a make-or-break game. IU Athletic Director Scott Dolson sent us a message earlier this week telling ticket holders to arrive early to avoid all of the predictable game day challenges. And so the stadium feels alive. Quote, "That's the way it is in big-time college football programs all around the country, and that's what we're doing in Bloomington under Coach Signetti," end quote. Former basketball players Harris Mujezinovic and Charlie Miller filed a class action lawsuit against IU earlier in the week. The players allege that the university, quote, systematically mishandled players' complaints of sexual misconduct by a physician who served for the team. The lawsuit alleges that more than 100 student athletes were subjected to inappropriate invasive examinations by Dr. Brad Bomba Sr. It also alleged that multiple important figures and other university staff were likely aware of the abuse. IU is currently investigating allegations made in a letter sent to the university by a former student athlete. And in lighter news, 3 IU athletic programs have been ranked in the AP Top 25 in the same week for the first time in IU athletic history. The IU football team ranked number 16, the men's basketball team ranked number 17, and IU women's basketball ranked number 25. With the return of men's star basketball players Malik Renew, Mackenzie McBacco, Trey Galloway, and an additional 6 players from the transfer portal, IU men's basketball team is predicted to put up a tough fight this season. Coach Terry Morin of the women's basketball team is no stranger to record-breaking seasons, and she has the players to back that. Key returnees Chloe Moore McNeil, Cindy Parrish, and Yarden Garzon helped to lead the team last year, going 15-3 in Big Ten. Hoosier Hysteria will kick off the big weekend featuring both the men's and women's basketball team this Friday at 7:30 in Assembly Hall. You won't want to miss out on any of the sports festivities this weekend, but for now, Jack and Drew, tossing it back to you.
Hey, thanks, Emma. Another homecoming special event is bringing a massive media group to the tailgate fields outside Memorial Stadium this Saturday. Barstool Sports is headed to the Hoosiers with its college football show. The notorious sports media group will roll into town with hosts Casey Smith, Dave Portnoy, Dan Katz, better known as Big Cat, and Brandon Walker. The show will preview the biggest games of the day and college football action across the country. This visit marks the show's first time in Bloomington.
I hope you're hungry. 2 new food and drink destinations are heading to B-Town. Signs have popped up for 2 new restaurants within the Chape Strip Mall located along South College Mall Road. Construction is underway inside the interior spaces for Smoothie King and Wingstop at the southern end of the shops. National wing chain Wingstop is expected to open sometime in December according to the company's website, while national smoothie destination Smoothie King is said to be open sometime in November. I don't know about you, but I certainly can't wait to try some of those Wingstop wings for myself. I guess I will have to wait a few months. That does it here for us at IU NewsNet Daily. I'm Drew Stoltz.
And I'm Jack Bassett. Thank you for joining us. From all of us here at IU NewsNet Daily, have a wonderful homecoming weekend. We will see you back here on Tuesday with a recap of the big game and much more.